President John Taylor then addressed the congregation. He referred to the greatness of the work of God and showed its peculiar character in reaching into the eternities, both past and present, while the works of men began and ended with time. He spoke of the eternal nature of the priesthood and its covenants, and of the principles of the gospel as enjoyed by Noah, Melchizedek, Abraham, and other ancient worthies, as well as by those to whom God had revealed these things to the latter days. The outside world were ignorant of these glorious truths, as ignorant of the saints that were before God enlightened them. He dwelt upon the mission of Elijah, whom Malachi foretold should precede the coming of the great and terrible day of the Lord, to turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the hearts of the children to their fathers, lest the earth should be smitten with a curse. After depicting the judgments of the great and terrible day, as shown by Isaiah and other ancient prophets, the speaker showed how Elijah had been sent, and had conferred upon Joseph Smith the keys of his ministry, as well as others who had likewise appeared for a similar purpose. He showed that in building temples and baptizing for the dead, the saints were carrying out the work, the keys of which were bestowed by Elijah upon Joseph, and were thereby preparing to be saviors upon Mount Zion, and to be perfected like Enoch and his city of old, who were translated for their righteousness. He showed how Satan was interested in leading away the children of men, how he incited the killing of Abel, the crucifixion of Christ. He had always been employed what some men in our day termed heroic measures to destroy the work of God and put an end to his servants. He portrayed the great mercy of God in sending Christ to preach to the spirits in prison, which were disobedient in the days of Noah, when the floods were sent to destroy them, and exhorted the saints to be likewise merciful and charitable to those who sought their own overthrow. At the time the Civil War broke out in this land, he felt like weeping of the people, for he had foreseen their troubles, and they were not over yet. Worse times were coming upon the nations that had not yet been known. But the saints had a great work to do, and must do it, leaving their enemies in the hands of God, who would deal out justice and mercy to all. No power could hinder the building up of Zion, the gathering of the elect, and the fulfillment of all God had decreed for this dispensation of the fullness of times. The speaker counseled obedience and fidelity to God in his work, and called upon all who were willing to so live to say aye. The response was a universal from the assembled multitudes. The speaker then blessed them in the morning of the Lord.